Hey everybody, and welcome back to another installment of Made in Japan. Today I bring you Diadra is Empty. Oh, Diadra Empty. Forgive me if the pronunciation's a little off, but you gotta use your imagination when pronouncing this one, I suppose. Pretty much, it's as many games I've shown so far in Made in Japan. This is also a shooter, but it also incorporates some RPG elements because as you go through each round, you actually have the opportunity to upgrade many different aspects of your stats, such as attack, speed, shields, options, what you have available to you. You get to it adds a level of complexity, or at least it makes it interesting for the most part. As you go through each stage, you collect coins that the enemies drop so that you can spend these coins on the upgrades. So it kind of leaves you with many choices you have to make from round to round. Whether to save up so you can actually increase your shooting ability even further, or you spend it more on defensive stuff like shields. It's really all up to you. And in each stage, it's really more of a free roam environment in which you're practically put into a large square box, let's say, and it's beautifully designed, each stage. And then throughout the whole stage you have enemies that appear out of dark clouds, and really you just go from one side or the other of the map killing as many creatures as possible, because the incentive is the more you kill, the more coins you can pick up, and the more experience you gain, the more opportunities there are to make yourself more powerful for later on down the road as you advance further in the game. Also, let's see, in terms of characters, really just two of them, really interesting names. The main characters, a girl called Nyalra. Like I said, it's an interesting name, which I find hard to wrap my head around. And she has a dragon called Minimi, which is a hell of a lot easier to pronounce. But yeah, these two, they're traveling throughout all these stages with pretty much the whole goal of rescuing the sister. Other than that, each stage consists of going through a certain amount of enemies, and then ultimately you fight a boss. And that's how it goes for the most part throughout the whole game, like you would expect. Getting increasingly difficult as you go on, but nonetheless, with a beautiful environment, beautiful music, very addicting gameplay, it makes it hard to stop once you get started, which I found myself doing from time to time. And finally, I guess for a price, it's not too bad actually in terms of how much it is. You can buy it off the Sura and Amazon.com for $5.99, which has been pretty consistent with other Rockstar. No, not Rockstar. I mean, Rock and Android. Yeah, it's pretty consistent with Rock and Android titles that I've covered so far. And I guess I should mention that it's been, I believe, published and developed by Rock and Android. There wasn't really anything offered in terms of an exact developer, so I can only assume that's Rock and Android. But as always, if you go to ricedigital.co.uk, you can buy this for $3.99 in pounds, of course. So ultimately, I'm assuming that equals out to $5.99 American. But yeah, so those are the basic stats of it. And, you know, other than this really dry informational segment, how about we just cut to, I don't know, a preview of the second stage, so you get an idea of what this game is like, and it gets to show off an actual stage that has a boss in it. Because from what I believe, the first stage, it consists, it's like a nice warm-up stage in which you fight only basic enemies. But the second one is when it starts heating up. You actually fight basic enemies, but you also get a boss battle as well. So, without further ado, let's show that off right now. So, I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you for the next Made in Japan. Sayonara.